friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we'll share some tips and tricks on the camera on the Redmi Note 8 Pro. So Redmi Note 8 Pro, as we all know, comes with a quad camera setup. So we have a primary 64 megapixel sensor, which is the Samsung's GW1 sensor. We have a macro lens, we have a depth sensor, we have an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. So these are the camera setups, and on the front panel we also have a 20 megapixel selfie camera. So in this video we'll specifically focus on the camera aspect. So opening up the camera UI, you can see that it does offer a lot of features, modes. So first let's talk about the modes on the top section. So these are the modes available. So you can see that there is HDR mode, AI camera, macro lens, then we have some filters, and some other options are also included. So first we'll show you some interesting thing. One is a macro mode. So macro mode, if you enable, you can take pictures up to 2 centimeter from this object or subject. That's what macro lens enables. So here are some samples you have taken with the macro lens. It has come really good. So if you want to take extreme close-up images, then macro shots, this make sure you enable this mode. There is a dedicated 2 megapixel sensor for macro shots, so make sure you enable this mode to get really good macro shots. So in the camera bottom area we have this photo mode, then we have this 64 megapixel mode. So 64 megapixel is ultra HD, so on you can take pictures in 64 megapixel. That means the image size will be almost 3 times the regular mode. By default it takes pictures in 16 megapixel, and you get almost 4 times the resolution with the 64 megapixel, and the size is almost like 3 times. So if you want to take a really high quality or ultra HD shots, you can take images in 64 megapixel. That's also included. Now if you go to the portrait mode, so here we have the option to control the depth effect. So you can see that you can go from f16 to f 1.0. So f around 4 or 3.5 approximately, that would give you pretty good bokeh. So that's what you can do from the portrait mode. Then we have the night mode also. So we all know that night mode, when there is pretty much low light, you can go with the night mode. Then there is also pro mode, where you can control the white balance, ISO, shutter speeds, and all those things. Here also you can see that there is a 64 megapixel camera option, so you can even toggle it from here. Then if you go to the regular mode, we'll just come back to the regular mode. So here we have 3 options. One is ultra wide, just toggle it here. You can see a 0.6x, so that's the ultra wide camera. Then you can also go with 2x zoom, so we'll just show you that as well. So this is the regular mode, and you can go here for the 2x zoom. So that's just the digital zoom. Now if you go to the video recording, here also we can see that there is option for ultra wide angle camera and also 2x zoom. Now if you go to the settings, so if you go to the video settings, so there you go, you can see that the video quality is available at 30 fps, 1080p at 30 fps, 1080p at 60 fps is supported. Then you get 4K at 30 fps, and there is also 720p at 30 fps. So there is no 4K at 60 fps. Further, you get electronic image stabilization only at 30 fps for 1080p videos. There is no electronic image stabilization for 4K. And another thing is that you can even record videos with the wide angle lens. So you can see that wide angle lens also supports the 1080p at 30 fps. Even the wide angle lens has also electronic image stabilization offered. That's something which is pretty good. Then if you go to the regular camera and go to settings, you can see that there is macro mode also included. So you can take videos in macro mode as well. So that is limited to 720p. There is no option to change the macro capture. So if you want to take extreme close-up videos, then go with the macro mode. That will help you take videos in extreme close-up. Then you get the slow motion. So the slow motion is available in 960 fps. There is also 120 and 240 fps. So you can control those aspects from here. So that's the options included. Now if you go to the settings, so in settings you can see that there is a pocket mode, lock touch gestures when placed in the pocket. Those are some things which are available in all the Xiaomi smartphone. Then one important thing is that make sure you turn on the correct distortion in ultra wide shots, that you can turn it on, and you can also set the picture quality to high if you want really good captures. So these are some of the options in this camera UI. Now once you've taken a portrait mode, so we'll just take a portrait shot. So this is one portrait shot which we have taken. So if you click here, you can see there is an icon here. So just select this and you can control the blur level. So you can see that I'm just increasing the blur level here, and from f16 to f1 you can go. So based on how much blur you want, you can just select that. Then apart from that, you can also change the background with blur level. You can see there is some light trail supported, so these are some light trail supported, so you can customize whatever is interesting for you. So these are some options. Then there is also studio lighting available, so you can customize this studio lighting. So there you go, these are some studio lighting options available, so you can customize based on how you want the portrait to work. So these are some tips and tricks you can try out on the Redmi Note 8 Pro with the 64 megapixel quad rear cameras. So if you have the device, do try out these features and get the best out of your device with the cameras. So that's it for this video. This is Numal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.